Hey guys, welcome back. So I was supposed to upload my video for part 2 of that huge book haul, but I just could not wait to do this because I had such a great Amazon Prime Days haul that I just had to stop everything and show you guys all the cool stuff I got. First of all, we have these. And now I did not realize when I was looking on their website that there's like 1,000,000,001 different variations of these pens. Grabie is a company I don't know a whole lot about. I have very limited experience with them. But everything came packaged nicely, came in a decent amount of time, pretty quickly actually. So, so far so good. I did use one of these pens. I don't remember which one, to be honest. It might have been this one. And it seemed to go very nicely. So what I thought I would do is take a little piece of paper and just maybe real quickly swatch them for you. They are, according to what I read, they are the extra long ink cartridges, which is why they look so big. They are not retractable that I'm aware of. But this is the 18 count jumbo glitter ink pens. It says premium because I don't know. I guess it might be. But that's what the back looks like. It says 800% more ink, and they do seem quite a bit bigger. These are all the colors and their story, a bunch of different things. The one that I was playing around with seemed nice, but to go over like the other things that they have, I paid $38 for these, and they were, I don't know, like 17% off or something like that, I think. I'm not sure off the top of my head. But they do come in several other variations. The regular size, which is like 17. There's an 18 piece, which is capped, and they're 20. They come in another 18 piece set that is retractable. These are, I guess these are not, they're just capped. These are, and they're, like I said, they're 20. The other 18 piece set, for some reason, is like $1 less, and they're retractable. I have a feeling they're like your average size. They're not, let's see if I can find, I don't have a gel pen up here to show you, but I have a feeling they're the normal gel size pen. These are definitely not. And then you got the retractable 42 count for $40, which right now is 20% off. So they do come in some variations. What I thought I'd do, if I could find some paper up here. Hello. I'm upstairs in my art room, so I'm just going to use this old watercolor card that I have. And by the way, just as a side note, you can buy watercolor card stock like this. It's pretty cool, and they come with envelopes too. I got them at Michael's. Pretty cool, right? And you can see how one side's really a lot rougher than the other. So I'm going to use the smooth side, and I'm just going to tear it up here, and we're going to swatch these real quick. These are so cool looking though, for real. I was kind of like, ooh. So let's pull these out. They are a little challenging to get out of the thing. So this is, I'm assuming like silver of some sort. They do say like iridescent colors, non-toxic, acid-free. And you can see that they are very much bigger. They are definitely jumbo size. So that's probably why I was wondering why they were a little expensive, but they were like I wish I could remember how much off. They were definitely discounted. I don't know if they still are or not. But let's put these to the side and see. So this is the silver. Oh, that's pretty. Wow. I don't know if watercolor is the best to be doing this on. It's, you know, because it's very absorbent. Let's see. Alright, let's get this one. Let's see. This one you can read the thing a little bit. If you guys can hear my cat in the background, I apologize. Felix likes to make cameos sometimes, and I have the door shut, and he's not too amused. He's one of those cats that just has to be around you all the time. It's a little annoying, but I love him anyway. Look at that. Ooh, wee, guys, look at that. Yo. Wow. That is absolutely gorgeous. All right. Let's go for... That looks like some sort of bluish green kind of deal to me. It doesn't... I don't think it says. Let me take another look. Oh my gosh, I'm so sorry, guys. Not intended for children. I don't see why a child couldn't use these, frankly. That seems silly, but I don't see any kind of a color name on these guys, so that's just something to note. And I think in the interest of time, I'm going to pull some of these out because they are a little challenging to get out. So this is like a more of a lighter blue. That definitely reminds me of like a blue-green. That's beautiful. Oh my gosh, you guys, look at these. Those are gorgeous. Whoa. I would highly recommend these. They are a little pricey because of all the extra ink you get, but geez, these are gorgeous. These remind me of the Sparkle Pops almost. I think by Sakura, if I'm not mistaken. But I could be wrong. But you know, you look up Sparkle Pop gel pens and it'll pop up. Wow, these are gorgeous, guys. Jeez, oh, I'm actually quite impressed. Oh, hey, something to note. These do come out easier if you grab by this part. I didn't realize these, I don't know if you can tell, but these clips are hanging over the side like that. They do come out a little easier if you just pull on that. Oh, there we go. Ooh-wee. Look, oh my gosh, you guys, these are gorgeous. Oh my gosh. I have a lot of stuff to show you guys, so this might be a little bit of a long video, so I'll grab a cup of coffee and, you know, put your feet up. It might be a little long. I will put in markers. So that if you want to skip around, you can. And any kind of engagement you want to give back to me, like any comments, any thoughts on the video, on the products, any questions you have, I welcome any kind of engagement. Because that's part of why I do what I do, because I want to engage with the world around me, and I love art, you know, and making art and exploring new products. So, and it's also good for my algorithm, if I'm being truthful. So please feel free to comment. I'll just be nice, be respectful. That's all I ask. Look at that green, you guys. Jeez, that's going to be great around Christmas, don't you think? That color is going to be so good around Christmas. Woof. That's a Christmas green if I ever saw one. Maybe also St. Patty's Day. That's pretty. Yeah, again, if you can hear my howling cat in the background, I apologize. He's not too happy that I closed that door. He's just gonna have to get over it. Look at that. Ooh-wee, that might be one of my favorites. Ooh-wee. These are gorgeous, you guys. Wait, we're done. I'm gonna sort of turn it, you know, back and forth, and so the sparkle pops up. Oh my gosh, you guys. Here, let's move this over a little bit. Oh my gosh. Sometimes I think I can hear him really loud, and then you guys don't. I played the video back and it's not as obvious as I think it is, so. But if you do hear it like that, I'm sorry. That is a great gold. That's a nice gold. I like that a lot. Nice yellow gold. Ooh, ooh, pretty. Oh my gosh, these are absolutely gorgeous. And they have like a regular fountain pen type tip, so that's pretty nice. Although I kind of wouldn't mind if they had a brush tip, but I have some like that. You'll see those next probably. Ooh, these are gorgeous, guys. Seriously, these are absolutely gorgeous. And I promise the video after this will be part 2 of that book haul. But this was just too good to pass up, so I decided to interject it in between them. Ooh, Christmas red. Here we go, guys. There's your Christmas colors and your Halloween colors, really. Halloween, Christmas, 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 Christmas. Definitely Christmas, Christmas. Christmas or Hanukkah. That's your, you know, chosen faith. Ooh, I think I'm going to like this one. Ooh, look at that. Oh my gosh, that's so gorgeous. Yo, these are blowing my mind. They really do remind me of Sparkle Pops, which are my absolute favorite, by the way. What the heck? Huh. This one's interesting. It looks purple, right? If you look at it right here. Doesn't that look purple to you? Look what's on the paper, though. Look at that. That is wild. Look at that. Can you see the pink in it? That's wild. Huh. That is absolutely wild. All right. That's very interesting. Make sure you put your caps on, by the way. These things dry out really easily. Whoa. That's gorgeous. That one's still blowing my mind. It must be like a chroma kind of thing. Please excuse me if my voice is a little hoarse, a little scratchy. It's the weather's not so nice outside, and sometimes it does that to my throat. Oh. Oh my gosh. Wow, that's beautiful. Huh. Interesting. Moving on. Okay, last one, guys. Let's see. And we got the black. I'm hoping this is some sort of iridescent black. Those are really hard to come by. Okay, this is like, yeah, this is like the Sparkle Pops, I think. It has red in it, but it's black. I could see the red undertones. Here, I'll show you guys. This is that last one. There. See? But that's what these all look like. Aren't those absolutely gorgeous? Yo, I am absolutely floored. Genuinely. And I don't impress easy. These are, I would highly recommend these guys. I can't speak to the rest of the pen sets. Like I said, they come in capped, retractable, jumbo size like these ones. These are amazing. I paid, like I said, I paid about $38, which is a little pricey, but I mean, look how much ink you get though. You get like double the ink. So, you know, I think it's worth it. I would definitely recommend these guys. So, moving on. Ooh, that is gorgeous. Yo. All right. So, moving on to the next set of pens, because I'm going to do all the pens first. I told you I had some glitter paint pens. I have begun to love paint pens for a variety of reasons. One, they can mark on just about anything from glass to wood, plastic, although you have to let them dry or they'll smear. They're really good if you do like rock painting, dot painting, all that kind of thing. These are by Artistro, which is a company I'm not unfamiliar with, although I'm not super familiar. These are the 12 count glitter paint pens, sparkly. They were, as of yesterday, 30% off the list price, and they were like $14. So, these are all things that I got on the Amazon Prime. I could not wait to show you guys. Oh dear, I'm gonna have to. Hold on, guys. I didn't realize these were sealed like this. Let's see. I need something to open this with. Hold on. Let's see. Pelletized. Good for more than just art. Oh dear. Oh dear. Wow. Y'all, I cannot get this off. Hold on. Oh my gosh. This is going to be one of those days. It might be. I don't know. Hold on, guys. Bear with me. What the hell? God, really? Thank you. Jeez. Okay, finally got the moment. Jeez, that was hard. You guys, I couldn't. That stuff was on there, but good. It was sealed up good, y'all. So, anyway. Okay. There we go. So, 12 count glitter paint pens, extra fine tip. And it has it in a couple different languages, which is, well, 4 actually. There is social media for the Pinterest, TikTok, which I don't do. And then I'm assuming this is Instagram. And then I'm not sure, I think that's YouTube. The logo is pretty small, but I'm pretty sure that's YouTube. And then the usual warnings and etc., etc. So let's give these a quickie swatch and see how they look. Make sure I get these all out. Like, one doesn't want to come out. Now, I don't know what the... Oh, hey, look at this, guys. Look, extra nibs. Those are the nibs that go inside the tips. Cool. that's super cool. All right, let's give these a swatch. And again, I think I paid $14 for these. They do come in a 18-piece set for $26, a 28-piece extra fine for $40, a 6-piece of white and black for $16, and then a gold and a silver set, a 6-piece also for $16. So that's just throwing that out there. These kind of pens, you always want to give them a good shake before you use them, because they are acrylic paint, albeit, you know, watered down somewhat to, you know, to be loose enough to come out with something like this. It's kind of almost, it's almost the consistency of nail polish, guys. Like, here, let me show you. The way the paint pans come out is kind of like this, guys. It's a little bit like that consistency, but a little bit thinner maybe. But it's very similar to how that came out. So always, and you'll hear, if you hear, I'm not going to do this on camera because it'll just make you guys dizzy, but I want you to listen for the little rattle sound that you hear. Okay, what that is there's a ball, a metal ball or balls, I'm not sure if there's one or more. But that's what that is those things are in there to mix up the paint and sort of redistribute it in the barrel. So you'll hear that in any kind of acrylic paint pen. Most any. You should. If you don't, then you might not have the greatest quality paint pen. Oh, and one other thing too. Do you see how the tip is white? I'm going to have to prime it. In fact, I'm going to have to prime all these. I'll do that off camera, guys. But this is how you prime these. You just gently, and I mean gently, because you can, I don't know if you can see the little pressure mark that I put in the paper. So gently, just kind of like that. And while that primed pretty fast, sometimes they don't. So that one's priming pretty quickly, which is great. Very nice. You know, and the great thing about, if I had a jar with me, I could show you guys. They really literally will write on almost anything. Here. This is kind of a lousy example. It's one of my water jars, but let me show you. Watch this. And water jars can be anything. This had like organic jelly in it. Now, if you let that dry, and then you like use like a gloss varnish over it, that'll stay pretty good. And they just anything. It's ridiculous. So I'm going to prime the rest of these so I can swatch them for you off camera, because it will take a minute, so I'll be right back. Okay, I'm back, and I also forgot to show you guys this. This was in the box as well. It's a little thing, hashtag Artistro art supplies to be on Instagram for a chance to be featured or rewarded. Ooh. Okay. And then there's social media at the bottom. Ta-da! Okay. And then there's this other stuff in the background, and then there's a QR code, which I'll show you as well. Ta-da! Okay. There's that. All right. So let's get back to swatching. So I was like, you guys do not need to sit and wait for me to prime all those. Y'all have better things to do. All right. So we have a beautiful green. Pretty. Very nice. should have brought one of my unpainted rocks up with me or something like that, I think. Either way. Ta-da. That's a nice pretty. Look at how pretty the barrel is, though. It's so sparkly. It's so sparkly. Ah. Ooh. You know, these are great fall colors right here. Just need a little pumpkin. I am not the world's greatest freehand artist, guys. I'm really not. That was terrible, right? That's okay. We all make different kinds of art, and drawing's not really my specialty. And you know what? I'm okay with that for now. That's pretty. Ta-da! These are gorgeous, actually. I'm going to enjoy these. You can use these, like I said, for everything from dot art to rock painting. Just about anything. Which one is your favorite so far? Of these, which is those glitter ones that we did, I would love to know which is your favorite. And the same for these. Which is your favorite? Tell me. And why? Also, I think it would be fun to know where everybody's from. I really do love engaging with you guys, and I would love to know where y'all hail from. Let me know in the comments. Ooh, that's so pretty. This might be my favorite one yet, guys. Ta-da. This might be my absolute favorite. These are gorgeous. Ooh, that's good too. I wonder if this glitter. I don't see the glitter part of it though. This one doesn't look very glittery, guys. This black one. And you see how they fill in really nicely too? I wonder if there's any bleed through. This is watercolor paper, but no, it held up good. I don't know. Let's see. Do I see any glitter? Yeah, a little bit. A little bit. It's not as sparkly as I think I'd like it to be, though, if I'm being truthful. That's a nice Christmas red, guys. Let's see, we got one more. Okay. I'll bring this one up to the camera because I don't think you guys are going to see this one. So, those are all the different little colors. Oh, those are pretty. What do you guys think? Very nice, right? These are great also. So these are Artistro, and I would definitely so far recommend them. They seem very nice. So, let's move on. I take the time to swatch all of these guys. That would take a long time. But what I will do is I will swatch them off camera, and I will, future me will insert a copy of them. But I am going to show them to you guys. These are also from Grabie. 48 count, extra fine tip. And according to my research, I paid $60 for these, which is kind of a lot. But look how many, you get 48 pens though. I mean, and the ink cartridges seem pretty decent. I mean, they remind me of the jumbo ones that we just looked at. They're big like that, so you get a fair amount of ink, and it looks like, I'm going to shake it up a little. You hear that click? That's also, because it's an acrylic marker, that's that ball inside that's shaking, mixing the paint up. So, and when I said these were gel pens, I made a mistake. These are acrylic markers. So, let me correct that. But these are not like glittery like the other ones. I think what I might do is just pull out a couple of random ones at sample. And I don't want to use that side. Geez, that side is so rough. Oh, for comparison between the jumbo glitter ones and these other acrylic markers, you can see they're about the same. I think these ones are filled up a little bit more. I'm a little unhappy with how much empty space they have there, but because I feel like I'm kind of being shorted a bit. But wow, comes out nice and fast. Might be a little too fast, so just beware. That came out real fast. Wow, that's good coverage too. These are excellent. These are absolutely excellent. I think I'm gonna pick maybe just a couple more, and then we'll move on. Boy, did you see how quickly that shot into the barrel there? That's pretty good. That's good. Ooh, these are really nice, guys. I'm so far, Grabie has not disappointed me, except for the one barrel that could be filled a little more. Okay, so those are pretty nice, guys. Oop, this came off. But it says multi-surface, glass, ceramic, porcelain, wood, rubber, stone, paper, and more. Yeah. Metal. And this is actually true, although sometimes with some of them you have, like the glass, you might need to prep the surface a little bit with some sort of glass medium type from maybe Liquitex. That's not a bad thing to consider, and I would also consider putting some sort of, especially if you're on glass, put like a varnish over it just to seal it. But these seem pretty great, guys. Let's take a look at the back. Ta-da! So, oh wow, my gosh, look at this, guys. I did not even realize this came with this. Oh, by the way, this is also what kept it so nice and stiff. This is what the backside looks like. These are nice, guys. I'm going to actually really love these. Okay. So these are basically like the Grabie's version of Posca's. And extra fine tip, which I absolutely love, because I like to line a lot of things, especially when I'm finishing like a colored pencil picture and I want to outline the black lines so that they don't show up, which is a pro tip, by the way. If you want your pictures to pop, take a pen like this or a Posca and find the closest match that you can to the color that's there in that particular section and color over with it. And if you need to sort of touch it up with, you know, another little color pencil, just make sure it's good and dry. Oh, look at this, you guys. There's a swatch sheet. Okay, future me will definitely insert to the video. To admit, I do love this paper though. Look at all the different color papers. That's wild. This is cool. So there's a lot of black. Oh no, that's like a dark blue. I can't read. All right. And that's what a nice little pad. That's cool. That's very nice. Wow. That was a surprise. I was not expecting that. Okay, so the other thing I got from Grabie, I got a lot of things from Grabie that I've never, like I said, I've never bought from them before. So the other thing I got was this watercolor coloring book. As you saw from my previous video, I did buy a watercolor book. I paid a whole lot more for that one because it was bigger and quite a bit more detailed. But I think this one was only like $16, and there's 15 sheets, and it's autumn themed. Ta-da! Let's undo this. So again, this was part of my Amazon holiday, and I just like, well, it's kind of still well into swing. So, oh, look at that, the way they outlined it. Do y'all see that? It's in like orange, like a dark orange almost. That's cool. All right, let's back up because y'all can't even see. There we go. Watercolor books like these, it is very difficult. There we go. So you guys can see. It's very difficult to see the outlines. The other book was, as you hopefully watched to the end, saw that it was very difficult, and I had to bring it up to the camera so you guys could see it adequately. These are nice, you guys. Look at that. This is from Grabie. I mean, 16 bucks. You know what, guys? I would jump on this. They have other ones too. I didn't take a deep dive into that, but they do have one that's like floral and one that's themed, a couple of others that are different themed. So look at that one. I might do that one actually. These are absolutely gorgeous, you guys. Wow. See, this is what I do. I get things like this, or I use regular coloring books that have a suitable paper level quality to them. And I use my watercolor that way. Sometimes I will use a stencil and trace that, or I'll trace something with my light box. And it's just a way to help me practice my drawing skills, but at the same time kind of work around the fact that I'm still working on that particular skill set. Okay, this one you guys might not see, so I'm going to bring it up to the camera. And if you still can't see it, I apologize, but it's so cute, you guys. Look at that. It's so cute. Oh my gosh. That is so cute. I hope you guys could see that. It was super cute. Oh, let me know what you think of my new little background. It's something I was experimenting with. Let me know what you think. If you don't like it, let me know. I'm not going to be mad. I just thought it was better than just a plain cutting board. So, this is great. Yeah, but let me know what you think. These are all done in that kind of orangey sepia kind of deal. I like it though. It's an appropriate fall color. Make sure I'm not skipping one. Oh, the paper's nice and thick. You hear that? That means it's really thick. The lower the sound, the thicker the paper. Besides the fact that you can feel that it's thick, the lower the sound, the thicker the paper. And this one's, I'll have to turn it around. Hold on. Ta-da! There we go. Ta-da! Hopefully you guys can see that. Isn't that cute? So, if some of these don't show up, guys, I apologize in advance. They make, as I stated in the haul video that has my other watercolor book, they make them light so that they can be covered up with the watercolor. Because technically speaking, they're more of a sketch. And here's a side, one of those long, whoopsie. Came across, something came loose. But that's kind of, hopefully you guys can see that. Another side one. Should have just left. Oh well. It's just like a mountain scene. You know, the little river, lazy river running through it. It's pretty cute. Oh, that was the last one. Okay. This is cute, guys. I hope it showed up good on camera because it's a really cute book. I would definitely recommend this. If you like watercoloring and you're like me and your drawing skills are a work in progress, I would highly recommend this. It's $16. It's a good deal. Something that, well, it's not exactly art related. It's worth showing you. This, I got this as part of my Prime Amazon days. This was one of the things I bought. I absolutely love this. It was $27, which is a little bit much, but everything's gone up. That's pretty cool, right? And then you got your little space at the bottom. So, can never have enough of these type of things, honestly. So, $27 from Macopro. Seems like a pretty good deal. So, another thing that we want to talk about. I have been into resin lately, and so I've got some resin things to show you related. Now, these are from J. Dixon. These are UV resin, and there is a difference between UV resin and regular resin. And I kind of like the UV resin. You do need to get, I would suggest getting a UV light that has like a bottom and a top part that come apart. I think you can find them on this with this company. Sometimes the little kit ones have this cheap little single one that you really, they're okay, but I really wouldn't recommend them. I would recommend the larger ones that have light coming from the bottom and the top, and then there's like a little plastic type acrylic sheet tray that you insert in the middle. I would highly recommend one of those. But low viscosity and high viscosity, they matter. And these are 300 grams, hard type, UV. High viscosity and low viscosity, what it means is the low viscosity will run faster. It moves quicker. You know, it's a little less thick, I guess. Whereas the high viscosity is the exact opposite. I paid probably I paid $18 for, roughly. I've rounded a lot of my prices up by a penny or two. I think it's annoying when they do like $19.99. It's like so stupid. I don't know. But the low viscosity is good for when you need stuff to spread quickly. versus the high viscosity when you might need more time for it to spread out and move it around and kind of, play with it a little bit before it starts to set up on you. Because even without the UV light, it will start to set up a little bit. Also, one thing to mention, UV resin will harden up out in the sun with the UV rays from the sun. So if you find yourself in a situation where you don't have a UV lamp, but you got some sunshine, do your thing. Stick it outside in a safe place, as long as it's not, raining or windy or whatever, and, it's going to blow it around or whatever. Stick it outside and just let the sun cure it, and it will. I've done it. So that's just food for thought, and I will show you guys to resin. Future me will insert some images of a couple of things that I've done lately for gifts for my mother, because her birthday's in a little bit. But this is typically how they come. And 100 grams, hard type. I guess, I don't know why it says 300 here and one. I guess it's 100 per bottle. Yeah, okay, that's what it is. It's 100 per bottle. And there's usually a lid. And there's always a seal in these, which is good. There should be. If they're not, you got a problem. But that's kind of what the seal looks like. And that's typically how they look. So I can get it back in the bottle. I might not be able to. Yeah. Well, sometimes they come with gloves. Yeah. These are garbage, by the way. Just saying. Don't. Just what you need to do is get yourself a box of these. Okay? Seriously. I have a source where I can get them for free. We'll leave that at that. I know people. But these are something I would recommend. And you can get these Amazon or wherever. I would highly recommend these. They're hospital grade, and you don't really want to do resin without gloves. I've done it, and it just gets messy. And one other pro tip before we move on. If you need to clean up resin that hasn't been hardened, fully hardened, that is, rubbing alcohol. I know they call it ibuprofen or something like that somewhere in other countries, but it's essentially rubbing alcohol. Okay, you can get that at any dollar store. It is absolutely amazing for getting off unhardened resin, like off your fingers or somewhere else. It's really kind of a miracle. And I'm not going to show this one because it's pretty much the same thing, but that's kind of how those work. When I bought this, I did not plan on buying such a big container of it. I thought it was one of the smaller sizes. I wasn't paying attention. But it's from that company I was mentioning a minute ago called Let's Resin. And this is mica powder. Again, I did not realize I was buying such a huge thing of it. But it will last me for now till Jesus comes back. Probably. Look at this. I did not realize I was buying such a stinking big thing of it, though. But, it's silver, so I'll use silver a lot. So it's probably just as well. Isn't that gorgeous, guys? I think there might be a seal in this one. Okay, there is. This stuff absolutely can and will go flipping everywhere. But look how gorgeous that is. Ah, look at that. Look at that. Isn't that absolutely gorgeous? Oh my gosh. The way that people use these, there's multiple ways, really. You can mix them into the resin directly, or you can rub them on the mold first before you pour in your resin, if that's the first thing you want people to see, and do it that way. There's just many ways. But yeah, this was, if I'm not mistaken, it was like $10. And Let's Resin is a pretty good company. I've come to kind of trust them. So, $10, guys. So, the other thing I wanted to show you was these. I've already used these in Spirit of Transparency. This is not an unboxing. But these have their pros and cons. This is actual alcohol ink for resin. Now, there is a difference, okay? Alcohol ink for like regular alcohol ink is the concentration of alcohol in it is lower than in the resin alcohol ink. Okay, resin alcohol ink has a higher concentration of alcohol. And that's so that it spreads better in the resin. Now, the thing with these ones, I'm going to ding Let's Resin for these because the openings are a pain in the butt. You have to push and twist till you hear that click, and you've got to push down on it. And then you have to clip off the top. And a couple of them I clipped too low, and now it comes out really fast. And I get too much out at one time, so I have to be very careful. I have to put it into like a little separate thing and then just sort of dip it into that from there, because they have these little things in the tips. So you kind of push like that, and there's a little black thing. I don't know if you guys can see this, but you see that? It's a pain. I'm not even gonna lie, guys. It's an absolute flipping pain. But the colors are gorgeous. The ink is highly pigmented. There's 2 whites, and I think there's 2 blacks, but don't quote me. But I know for sure there's 2 whites. There is a little swatch sheet. None of them are. The one other thing that I'm gonna ding them on is none of these are in order from the swatch sheet, which I'm gonna see if I can get out. They were not in this order at all, even. So, and there are names. Let's show you guys. There we go. So those are the colors, and they are very nice. I'm not dissatisfied with the quality of the ink, but the opening lids, bro. But they have everything from yellow to Seguenta, I think. It's a really pretty shade of red. And they're sticky. Everything will get sticky. Watch out. If you have resin on your gloves even, and you touch other things, they're going to get sticky too. Rubbing alcohol, as long as it's not hard, again, should get that off. But you can see all the pretty colors. So this was like a 48-piece set. I believe how much I paid for them. Future me will insert that here so that you guys know, but it was not unreasonable for, that for 48 pieces. Now, I don't know if each piece is like the bottle itself, and then the lid counts as 2 pieces, maybe. No, I don't know. But either way, the price, I do recall it was reasonable. So again, future me will kind of insert that here, and I'll let you guys know. But it's pretty reasonable. That's what the back looks like. There's little tips, and it does tell you how to do it, like to cut off the tips and da. And here, see, if you get skin contact, please wipe with rubbing alcohol. See, like I was telling you. So, the other thing that I got, and sorry for the box being a little obliterated, I had trouble getting it open. These are mica powders from Hippie Crafter. And these were, the alcohol ink, sorry. I do have the information for it. Hold on, back up. Back up. Okay. It was, each is 35 0.35 ounces, and it was $30. And they do come in different different quantities. So they come in like an 18 for 16 and some change, a 26 for 18, a 48, which is this one, and that was 20 roughly $25, not 30. The list price is $30. It's 17% off of the list price right now for about $25, give or take. And then it comes in a 64 count for $40. So I did have the price. There we go. And you can tell that this has been well used already. I used this one and this one. I think, no, it was this one. And where's the other one? Can't find it now. Seriously? Wow. Where'd it go? Oh, there it is. I used these two when I was making a coaster for my mother. Aren't these absolutely gorgeous, guys? Look at that. These, these were only $35 and some change. And you get a bunch of them. So, now I don't know, again, if each piece contains the lid, and this is a separate piece. I don't know. Dumber things have happened. But look at that, guys. Isn't that absolutely gorgeous? You do have to be careful, though. This stuff, again, like the other stuff, it will fly around and just kind of go everywhere. So if you're not careful, it can get very messy. So I would recommend researching, how to use these and the best way to apply them. There's multiple different ways, but as you can see, it's they do come with a little lid. But look at that. See how, and it kind of, once you wipe it off, it does kind of stay a little bit. See? So just be aware of that when you're playing around with these. It can get messy. That's why I recommend gloves. And I also recommend leaving those little lids inside the things, because the bottles or jars, sorry, because it can get very messy. I mean, look at all these gorgeous colors. I mean, it's beautiful, right? So each one of these is about like 32 ounces. So you get a decent amount. I would highly recommend these. You can do so many things with these. But they do get messy. So that's what the back looks like. And of course they're going to promote their resin, which I don't have. And there's directions for coloring in them and for, cold press soap, candles. Huh, cool. I didn't know all that. All right. So there's that. And let's see, what was the other thing? I think we just have a couple more things and then we're done. Okay, so I got these. This is more mica powder because mica powder is so much fun to play with. These are Chameleon pigments. Now, I have not had a chance to really play around with these, but as you can see, you see how it changes like that? That's what they mean by Chameleon. Look at that. You can just see from the way the light from my window hits it. So you get 8 of these, and I believe I don't remember how much I paid for these. I forgot to write it down. But they're not expensive. They were not expensive, guys. Not at all. Again, future me will insert here the price so you guys know for sure. This is resin art. Well, I can't even hardly read that. I can't read the rest of that. It's too small. But that's primarily what I would use these for. But you can use them for other things, I would imagine. But yeah, that's going to be a lot of fun to play around with. I saw somebody on a tutorial, YouTube tutorial, using these, and I was like, ooh, enabled, check. So let's see. The other thing is these. I absolutely love putting like little things like this. There's an art to it. And here's what's in the back. Ta-da! Aren't those pretty? We're gonna pull these out and we're gonna take a look. See what I got here. Look at these. Now the trick to doing stickers with resin is, especially if you're using regular stickers, is the sticky backside of it. You want to put the side that you want to show down first, okay? And if you're using a regular sticky, you kind of have to be careful and just, I don't know, use like a little stick or something to kind of get it in place rather than touching it, because it's just going to make it move on you. So you can use regular stickers, but it can be a little tricky. These are actual resin stickers, which is why the back sides aren't sticky. But oh, look how pretty that looks with my background. But look at that. Isn't that amazing? Can you imagine this in a coaster? So you put it face down, then you put your resin over it. Now, if you want it to be sort of in the middle, it's all about layering. I'm finding out with resin, it's all about the layering, honestly. Layer, harden. And you just add stuff, and then you harden it, and then you layer some more. So depending on how you want this to present itself, but always face down. Okay, always. These are gorgeous, guys. Those are, wow, these are just so cool, guys. Look at that. Oh, I think there's 2 of each. Okay, I'm sort of getting the idea. Yeah, there's 2 of each. Oh my gosh. Ta-da! Wow, these are beautiful. These are really nice. Wow. These are so pretty. Oh my gosh. These are absolutely gorgeous, guys. These are absolutely gorgeous, guys. I don't know if my camera's even doing these justice. They're really cool. Ta-da! And they seem very transparent too, which is really, that's another thing that marks them as hallmarks of resin stickers, besides not having the sticky backside, is that they're typically very see-through. Not always though, but often. Wow. These are really cute, guys. Look at that. This one's my hands down favorite, guys. Look at that. Whoa. Very nice. So on. Wow, these are gorgeous. They go really nice with my backdrop too. I might add. Wow, these are beautiful. The holographic part of it seems a little too uniform, but I wish they kind of altered it to fit the flower a little better, maybe. But I mean, I think I paid like $10 for them or something. These are gorgeous, guys. Look. Can you imagine these, again, like in a coaster or a picture? I don't know. There's a billion ways you could use these. Wow. These are absolutely gorgeous. My gosh, these are really, really cute. I don't know if I'm going to get these back in that box. There's one more. Missed one. These are so pretty. There is one more thing. I almost forgot this one. This is from Laza, and it's 10 grams of stars glitter confetti. It was like $6. Seriously, welcome any and all engagement from you. Your comments are appreciated, whether they be a criticism or just a general comment about whatever it was that I was showing you. I absolutely love engaging with you guys, so please feel free to do so. Now, let's take these off. Oh wow, look at that, guys. Look at that. All right, guys, that is it. I really, really do hope you enjoyed this, guys. I really hope you enjoyed this. I'm going to post this one up as soon as I can get it edited. And then I will post the part 2 of the book haul. So stay tuned, guys. Love you all. And again, like I always say, be kind to each other. The world's kind of a rough place these days. So show each other some love and some grace. We all need it. Bye, guys. Have a good one.